A cabinet battle is underway with Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak urged to cut taxes now rather than wait for the next election. Champions of tax cuts within the government warn that people struggling with the cost of living crisis need more help right away and will be angry if action is delayed until the country goes to the polls. A government source said, "The British people aren't stupid, they'll remember if we help them out with tax cuts now when they desperately need it, or if we let people suffer for a few years so we can trot them out as a pre-election gimmick." Leading figures on both the left and the right of the Tory party are pressing the Prime Minister and the Chancellor to ease the tax burden as prices rise at the fastest rate for 40 years. A second government source said, "The public aren't foolish. They know when governments try and wait for things until an election. If tax cuts are good for the economy and good for the cost of living, then they should happen as soon as possible." Former Conservative leader Sir Ian Duncan Smith pushed for action, saying, "The reality is we should get on with it now. There is no question taxes are too high. They are putting too tight a squeeze on the economy." And Damian Green, who served as First Secretary of State under Theresa May, recommended cutting VAT on fuel. He said, "Tax cuts should be at the heart of a Conservative vision of how to protect people from the cost of living crisis, and of restoring growth to the economy. VAT on fuel would be a good place to start." The latest figures from the RAC Foundation show that petrol now costs on average 191.43p a litre, of which nearly 45% is made up of duty, VAT and environmental taxes and fees. Sir John Redwood, a leading Thatcherite, said, "The government should immediately reduce VAT on fuel. Every time the price of oil, gas and petrol goes up, the Treasury rakes in more from VAT and helps boost the impact on inflation. As inflation comes down and the economy slows, the government should look to cut income tax to make work more worthwhile." The British Chambers of Commerce says that a cut in VAT on energy bills to 5% is crucial, and warned that the economic warning lights are starting to flash. South Thanet Conservative MP Craig McKinley said, "We need a dramatic reduction in fuel taxes and environmental levies to get home energy and pump prices down, a cancellation of the corporation tax rise and a reappraisal of the frozen tax bans across personal tax, capital gains and inheritance tax. The Chancellor will be receiving a windfall due to inflation and he needs to take the opportunity to present a bumper giveaway budget in the autumn." Earlier this year, the Office for Budgetary Responsibility said Britain's tax burden is on course to rise to its highest level since the late 1940s. Figures published last week show that the number of people paying 40% or 45% tax has risen by nearly 2 million since 2019. Shipley Conservative MP Philip Davies said, "We've got the highest burden of taxation on record, which is something a Conservative government should be thoroughly ashamed of. If we're not going to cut people's taxes during a cost of living crisis, then it makes you wonder when on earth we are going to cut their taxes." The Chancellor has pledged that the basic rate of tax will fall from 20p to 19p before the end of the Parliament, and around 30 million people are expected to see their take-home rise this month when the threshold for paying national insurance goes up from £9,880 to £12,570. However, Conservative MPs and right-leaning think tanks are pushing the government to be much bolder, arguing this will not only aid struggling families but help revive the economy. It is reported that Number 10 has proposed a cut in the headline 20% rate of VAT, but the Treasury is concerned about costs and long-term inflation. The Treasury is also facing strong calls to ditch plans to increase corporation tax, with rates due to increase next year from 19% to 25% on profits of more than £250,000. How about you? What do you think about the above issue? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section and let's talk. If you find the video good, please don't regret one like and share them. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Thank you.